Okay, tonight we're reading 2 pages from bed. This is still section 1, Theory of Heat. Here we go. Evaluating and assessing the energy performance of existing buildings. Higher efficiency standards for the performance of new buildings have been established. Green awareness. As mentioned, global warming stemming from the uncontrolled rate of greenhouse gas emissions is a major global environmental issue. Most of the sun's energy that reaches the earth is in the form of visible light. After passing through the atmosphere, part of this energy is absorbed by the earth's surface and is converted into heat energy. The earth, warmed by the sun, radiates heat energy back into the atmosphere towards space. Naturally occurring gases and lower atmospheric pollutants, such as CFCs, HCFCs, HFCs, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, water vapor, and many other chemicals absorb, reflect, and/or refract the Earth's infrared radiation and prevent it from escaping the lower atmosphere. Carbon dioxide, mainly from the burning of fossil fuels, is a major contributor to global warming. The gases in the atmosphere slow the Earth's heat loss, making the Earth's surface warmer than it would be if heat energy had passed unobstructed through the atmosphere into space. The warmer Earth's surface then radiates more heat until a balance is established between incoming and outgoing energy. This warming process is called the global warming or greenhouse effect. Humans are chiefly responsible for producing many of the greenhouse gases that are causing environmental problems. Over 70% of the Earth's fresh water supply is either in ice cap or glacier form. Scientists are concerned that these ice caps or glaciers will melt if the average Earth temperature rises too much, thereby increasing ocean water levels. The scientific consensus is that we must limit the rise in global temperatures to less than 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit, 2 degrees Celsius, above pre-industrial levels to avoid disastrous impacts. An increase of 2% or 2 degrees Celsius will likely displace millions of people from their homes due to rising water levels. Food production will decline, rivers will become too warm to support marine life, coral reefs will die, snowpacks will decrease and threaten water supplies, weather will become unpredictable and extreme, and many plant and animal species will die and become extinct. 19 of the hottest 20 years on record have occurred in the past 20 years, and the four warmest years on record have all occurred since 2014. Atmospheric carbon dioxide levels are now at their highest. Half of the world's oil is gone, and other natural resources are dwindling. The average American uses about 140 gallons of water per day, and in some regions of the country, water supplies are drying up. Because of this, slowing and possibly stopping or even reversing the growth rate of greenhouse gas emissions has become a global effort. Buildings are a major source of demand for energy and materials, and they are also the major source of greenhouse gases that are attributed to the byproducts of energy use and materials. At the time of this writing, there are nearly 6 million commercial buildings and over 138.5 million housing units in the United States. Surprisingly, almost every one of their mechanical systems is obsolete. The global warming scares, the rising price of fuels, and the scarcity of clean water, and the ever-growing waste stream demand improvements in our homes and businesses today. Trained contractors, with the help of the government, installers, builders, manufacturers, and educators, must renovate and improve the efficiency of these buildings and mechanical systems. In the United States, buildings account for approximately 36% of total energy used, 65% of electrical consumption, 30% of greenhouse gas emissions, 30% of raw materials used, 30% of waste output, 136 million tons annually, and 12% of potable water consumption. Organizations like the Green Mechanical Council and the United States Green Building Council are setting goals for the use of fewer fossil fuels in existing and new buildings. Some of these goals are listed here. All new buildings, developments, and major renovation projects must be designed to use 1/2 of the fossil fuel energy they would typically consume. The fossil fuel reduction standard for all new buildings must be increased to 70% in 2015, 80% in 2020, and 90% in 2025. By 2030, new buildings must be carbon neutral, which means that they cannot use any greenhouse gas emitting fossil fuel energy to operate. Joint efforts must be made to change existing building standards and codes to reflect these targets. Builders can accomplish these goals by choosing proper siting, building forms, glass properties and locations, and materials by incorporating natural heating, cooling, ventilating, and lighting strategies. Renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, biomass, and other carbon-free methods can operate equipment within the building. Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, LEED, is a voluntary, internationally recognized green building certification system for developing high-performance, sustainable buildings, which is referred to as the LEED Green Building Rating System. It was established by the USGBC in 1999 and is widely recognized as a third-party verification system and guideline for measuring what constitutes a green building. At the time of this printing, there are more than 79,000 projects participating in the LEED program worldwide. Over 200,000 individuals presently possess the LEED AP, LEED Green Associate, or LEED Fellow credential. The USGBC membership, which is composed of every sector of the building industry and consists of over 9,000 organizations, developed and continues to refine LEED. LEED promotes expertise in green building by offering project certification, professional accreditation, and training. LEED emphasizes state-of-the-art strategies for sustainable site development, water savings, energy efficiency, material selection, and indoor environmental quality. According to the United Nations World Commission on Environment and Development, a sustainable design meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Companies look to utilize green technologies or incorporate sustainable design into their buildings and facilities. Are concerned with 6 areas: optimizing site location, optimizing energy use, protecting and conserving water, using environmentally preferable products, enhancing indoor environmental quality, optimizing operational and maintenance practices. There are multiple LEED rating categories that include building design and construction. For new construction or major renovations includes new construction, core and shell, schools, retail, hospitality, data centers, warehouses, and distribution centers, and healthcare. Interior design and construction. For complete interior fit-out projects, includes commercial interiors, retail, and hospitality. Building operations and maintenance. For existing buildings that are undergoing improvement work or little to no construction. Includes existing buildings, schools, retail, hospitality, data centers, and warehouses and distribution centers. Neighborhood development. For new land development projects or redevelopment projects containing residential uses, non-residential uses, or a mix. Projects can be at any stage of the development process, from conceptual planning to construction, includes plan and built project. Homes for single-family homes, low-rise multifamily, 1 to 3 stories, or mid-rise multifamily, 4 to 6 stories. Includes homes in multifamily low-rise and multifamily mid-rise. Cities and communities. For entire cities and subsections of a city, using the ARC performance platform, LEED for cities projects can measure and manage their city's water consumption, energy use, waste, transportation, and human experience. Points are awarded in each category depending on how well the building meets the category's requirements. There are 4 levels of certification according to the point system. Certified is 40 to 49, silver is 50 to 59, gold is 60 to 79, platinum is 80 to 110. The purpose of LEED is to provide a third-party certification process using nationally developed and accepted minimum standards for the construction industry. It affects the design, construction, and operation phases of high-performance green buildings. LEED systems take into account other ways of increasing efficiencies, such as water conservation, heat island reduction in urban areas, incentives for use of locally manufactured materials, site preparation and maintenance. To receive a LEED rating, the facility must be built by a team, some of whose members are LEED accredited professionals. LEED rated projects have a higher cost than similar non-LEED projects because the enhancements required to increase efficiencies and the certification and documentation required cost more. Many European nations have LEED type systems mandatory for all buildings and have instituted existing building rating systems that monitor yearly energy consumption of all rating systems that monitor of all utilities in these buildings. The higher a building's energy usage or energy utilization index above a minimum consumption, the higher amount of penalty tax the building owner must pay. This provides an incentive for improving the building's energy footprint. The green awareness movement isn't just a temporary buzzword that will fade away with time. It is one that will rapidly be gaining momentum in the coming years. If contractors want to remain competitive, they must obtain the necessary training with regard to green building and LEED certification. An alternative to LEED certification is the Green Globes program, which is offered by the Green Building Initiative. The Green Globes program operates on a 1,000-point scale, and certifications range from 1 to 4 Green Globes, with 4 Green Globes being their highest possible rating. Both the LEED and Green Globes program are nationally accepted. History of home and commercial heating. Human beings' first exposure to fire was probably when lightning or another natural occurrence, such as a volcanic eruption, ignited forests or grasslands. After overcoming the fear of fire, early humans found that placing a controlled fire in a cave or other shelter could create a more comfortable living environment. Fire was often carried from one place to another. Smoke was always a problem, however, and methods needed to be developed for venting it outside. Native. Yeah, we're left with a cliffhanger. It's the last word. That's the sentence. It's just Nate, yeah. Okay. 14 minutes. Good. We're keeping pace. This is page 6 and 7 of refrigeration and air conditioning technology. I will talk to y'all tomorrow.